California in the late 1960s, a time of cultural revolution where the air was thick with the scent of change and the promise of a new era. The Golden State was a beacon of hope and freedom, a time of peace and love shattered by fear. The streets once filled with music and laughter now echoed with whispers of dread. Two names whispered, Zodiac and Manson, names that would forever be etched into the dark annals of California's history. The Zodiac killer terrorized Northern California. His reign of terror left communities paralyzed with fear as he taunted the police and the public with cryptic messages. He left bodies and cryptic messages, each crime scene a puzzle, each letter a challenge, mocking the authorities' inability to catch him. Charles Manson commanded his family, a charismatic leader who twisted the ideals of the era to serve his own dark purposes, not a family of love but of blind obedience. His followers, lost souls seeking meaning, found themselves ensnared in his web of manipulation and violence. The Manson family murders shocked the nation, brutal acts that shattered the illusion of peace and love, leaving a scar on the collective consciousness. Two evils, same era, same state. The Zodiac and the Manson family, two dark forces that turned the dream of California into a nightmare. The theory was simple, almost too simple. It was the kind of idea that seemed to fit too neatly into the chaos of reality. Could the Zodiac killer and the Manson family be connected? The timelines overlapped, and the locations were not far apart. Both operated in California during the late 1960s, a time of social upheaval and fear. Whispers became theories, theories became articles. The media latched onto the idea, spinning stories that captivated the public's imagination. The public, hungry for answers, devoured every word. Bookstores couldn't keep true crime books on the shelves, and TV specials drew record audiences. The Zodiac case was a puzzle. Each clue, each letter, each symbol was a piece that detectives hoped would eventually reveal the bigger picture. Ciphers, codes, symbols, all meticulously planned. The Zodiac seemed to enjoy the intellectual challenge, taunting the police and the public with his cryptic messages. The killer seemed to revel in the game, always staying one step ahead, always just out of reach. Manson, on the other hand, was all about chaos. His followers, the so-called Manson family, carried out his brutal orders without question. His crimes were brutal, messy, fueled by a warped ideology. Manson's vision of an apocalyptic race war drove his actions, leaving a trail of blood and terror. The differences were stark, yet the theory persisted. Could two such different criminals be connected? The idea lingered, a tantalizing possibility that kept investigators and the public alike searching for answers. Bruce Davis, a name forever linked to the Manson family. He was more than just a follower. He was a key player in the gruesome saga that shocked the world. His involvement in the Manson family's heinous crimes has left an indelible mark on history. Convicted of murder, Davis was a loyal follower of Manson's twisted vision. His conviction brought some closure to the victims' families, but questions still lingered about his past and other possible crimes he might have committed. But was he the Zodiac? Some theorists believed so. The Zodiac killer, a mysterious figure who terrorized California, seemed to share eerie similarities with Davis. They pointed to his travels and interest in the occult. Davis's movements during the Zodiac killings and his fascination with dark rituals made some believe there was a connection. Howard Davis fueled the fire with his book. In The Zodiac-Manson Connection, he meticulously laid out his theories, drawing parallels between the two infamous figures. He claimed an inside source had evidence linking the two. This supposed insider information suggested that there were hidden connections that law enforcement had overlooked, but law enforcement wasn't convinced. Despite the compelling arguments and the public's fascination, authorities found no concrete evidence to support the theory. The mystery of the Zodiac killer remains unsolved. Bruce Davis's true extent of involvement, if any, is still a topic of debate. The theory, despite the lack of evidence, refused to die. It became a part of the Zodiac lore, a footnote in the Manson saga. The human mind craves order, seeks connections, even in chaos. We want answers, even if based on speculation, hope, or fear.